Hello there, and with the release of the 25th MCU movie Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I decided to create my own MCU ranking for all 25 movies ranked from the worst to the best. Well, first of all, I just got an early chance to watch Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings a week before or so, and this movie is going to be, of course, on this list. The reason of creating the entire list is just because to know where Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings ranks among other MCU movies, and we are really going to get a lot of great MCU movies even in the future. So just I'm going to create like a lot of MCU rankings in the upcoming time, like Eternals and Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 already have release dates. And so Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the 25th MCU movie, and this is a big number, 25, and they completed with this film. So just let's start. Number 25, Thor The Dark World. Out of all the MCU movies, I think this one is by far the worst MCU flick. I was just so bored watching this film. The villain of the movie does not have anything good in it, and even the plot is so flat, I just didn't like it. Number 24, The Incredible Hulk. Another MCU movie with not a lot of great plot execution and character development. I just didn't like the film because, as I said, the execution was not good at all. Number 23, Iron Man 2. Well, I mean, there are some really great moments in this film, but overall, oh my god, this is by far the worst Iron Man film, and it follows on the step of a great original. Number 22, Thor. I know there are a lot of people who like this film, but I am not really one of them. I just didn't like Thor being spending a lot of time at Midgard rather than Asgard, and okay, I didn't really love this film. Number 21, Captain Marvel. There is a little fan base of this movie, I know that, but a lot of people really hate this film, and I don't really hate it, I just didn't like it. It just falls flat when compared to the other MCU movies out there, and so that's it. Number 20, Black Widow. Initially, I thought Black Widow was pretty mediocre film, but now I don't think. I think it's towards the negative side of the MCU because of its villain, Taskmaster problem. You know that. That was horrible. And a lot of bad things. I'm not here to explain a lot of them. 19, Iron Man 3. It's epic. Especially the third act of this film is just epic, but I cannot forget it for the Mandarin twist it gave me. Especially after watching Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which delivered me the real Mandarin. Number 18, Captain America, The First Avenger. Captain America, The First Avenger mostly is, it does not have that energy in it like the other MCU films. It develops really slow. The Red Skull is one of the better MCU villains, but still. Number 17, Spider-Man Homecoming. I know this is a really controversial opinion. A lot of you just love this film. I'm not one of you again. I don't think there's a lot of great things. The third act of this movie especially was really horrible. Number 16, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I have never really liked any of the Ant-Man movies, both of them, but I think the third one will be great. But this second one, I didn't really love this film. I mean, the ghost was so bad. One of the worst MCU villains. Number 15, Ant-Man. Well, this was unique when I first watched it. It felt unique, but it lost its uniqueness as more and more I watched it. It's good. It's still a good film. It's one of the good MCU movies instead of being the bad ones. Number 14, Avengers Age of Ultron. I know there are a lot of people who like this film, and I think, yeah, it's creditable. It's a good film. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I really like it, but Ultron is not one of my favorite villains. Number 13, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It was a great film. It has some really great visual effects and they're really funny, but it just doesn't match up to the first Guardians of the Galaxy and just feels thin as compared to it. Number 12, Doctor Strange. The visuals of this movie were awesome. but I still think it looks a lot like Inception when it comes to visual appeal. And the third act of the movie, I'm not a big fan of it. The Dormammu and bargain sequence. Number 11, Iron Man. Well, this was a great origin story for Iron Man. I did not expect it. It was a surprise for me because I was not expecting this movie to be that good. And it turned out to be the first MCU movie, and it started it with a bang. So I love this film. Number 10, Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He's great, but I don't really absolutely love his movie that they can make into my top 5. Spider-Man Far From Home was also a great film, really great visual effects. Mysterio was great, but still it doesn't manage to make into my top 5 because number 9 is The Avengers. Well, the first Avengers movie was so unique. I still know the experience of watching it on the big screen, all these heroes combined. It was great. It was amazing. But the fact that this is at number 9 is because all the top 8 movies, starting with number 8, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. What an awesome movie. It is MCU's most serious movie to date, which tackles the best of the political issues and some of the greatest action sequences MCU has ever delivered. Number 7, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. But what has delivered better action sequence than Captain America, The Winter Soldier is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It has some mind-blowing action sequences, and it's just a really, really great film. It's a definite recommend, I'm telling you. Number 6 is Thor Ragnarok. Oh, this was a hellishly good time at the movie. It's so entertaining. It's so filled with energy, and score was so good. Taika Waititi's direction is absolutely amazing. I just love this film. The villain, I don't have any problem with this film. Number 5, Black Panther. Oh, another movie that tackles the serious issues into the MCU, and this does it perfectly. Except for the bit of the visual effects problem in the third act. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy. My biggest surprise from the MCU was this film. James Gunn really does justice to this Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna watch this. And when I did watch it, I mean, oh my god, this is one of my favorite MCU movies. Number 3, Captain America Civil War. Well, I love watching superheroes fight each other, and this just gave me a ton of it. Especially that airport battle is enough for this movie to make into my top 3. I just absolutely adore this film. Number 2, Avengers Infinity War. Well, I think Avengers Infinity War is still the best MCU movie in terms as a critique. It's just my fan perspective that is putting it at number 2. I just love this film. The plot execution was absolutely amazing. But number 1 is Avengers Endgame due to my fan perspective. I'm a big fan of the MCU. I just love it. I just love this whole franchise, and that's why this movie made into my top 1. And because its base is its fan service that it delivers, especially during the third act. It was just amazing. So that was my MCU movie ranking. Share your own ranking in the comment section down below. Sure, if you like the video, like, share and subscribe to Film Villa, and these are my upcoming videos. See you soon.